Hello. Hello again. This is part 2 of What If Deku Was Soundwave. So if you haven't seen the first video, I suggest watching it. It may not be good in my standards because it was my first time making one. But this will be part 2. And I might forget a couple things that I have done in the first video. Like, I remember some of it, but I can't remember all of it. So if I have a couple mistakes, please forgive me. Anyways, just to let you know, I am planning on making a gaming channel sometime in the future. I don't know when, but I do hope so that I can. But I can't make a promise about that, but I do hope that I can make a gaming channel. Because I do love playing games. It is one of my most favorite pastimes to do. So, let's begin this What If channel, shall we? Anyways, when Soundwave was looking right behind him, he saw Mei Hatsume grabbing his shoulder. Or, I forgot if it was like grabbing his shoulder or tapping on shoulder, I don't know, but it was grabbing the shoulder. He looked behind her and saw Mei Hatsume with her eyes shining with wonder and stuff like that, asking him, "Why are you here?" Stuff like that, like a machine like you. Who are you? What are you? Stuff like that. With her, with her really hyperness of excitement. Cause I'm gonna say this, before Soundwave was walking through the halls. Like a little backstory about why she's doing that. A little backstory. While Soundwave was walking through the halls trying to find the door of Class 1A, I think it was Class 1A, or the support course, I don't know. Mei Hatsume was happening walking along the halls with him a little bit. Not following and just minding her own business. But she finally noticed him wearing clothing that basically covers up his entire body. If this is going to be if you can see the picture that is now on screen, that's what he looks like. Oh, excuse me, sorry. So, excuse me again, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. So, while he was walking, Mei Hatsume activated her quirk on him. And I changed Mei's quirk, not only that she can see really far, but she can also has X-ray vision a little bit. Not that type of, she can see, things inside of you. Not, see without clothes. I mean, see things like what you have on you. Like, what you have in your pockets or in your cloak. Yeah. If, whatever things that has on you. Or things that are inside of you. Yeah, and when she activated, she saw nothing on him. But she thought, why not take a look? Because since he has no clothing, she might have thought he's a mutation. And once she has done that, she saw the insides of Soundwave walking. I don't know how to describe a Cybertronian's insides. I don't know, like gears, lights, machines moving, stuff like that. And she basically blew up, her mind blew up when she saw the insides of him, like a working machine, walking down the halls without anyone knowing. That's when she thought of walking secretly, right behind him. So, back to the present of where I left off, back in the last video, where she grabbed his shoulder and start with the shining eyes of excitement. And him and her asking. Now, Soundwave was asking, why is she so, asking all these questions, because he can barely understand her of what she's trying to say and talk. While Mei practically blurted out that she's he, you're a robot. Can you please tell me how you work, how you function, everything, please? While Shockwave not kind of being a little bit surprised by this, not only like surprised about why she's asking that, and also how she knows about him being a machine, or a Cybertronian, I guess. Soundwave asked her how did she know about him being an off-world, I mean, not an off-world, I mean a machine. Mei explained her quirk to him. Soundwave now understanding, he tell her about what he is and he's from another world. Actually, no, scratch that, he didn't say that. The only people that knows that is All Might and Soundwave, and yeah. So Soundwave explained to her about a fake story of where he came from. About something that he was made for security purposes and stuff like that, I guess. Like, kind of like a... Yeah. Anyways, back to it. While Mei being fascinated about this fake story, Soundwave gave her a bit of information of who he is and what he can do. But not all the things that he can do, like the minicons that he has, just like where he can produce sound and basically has a gun on his back, but that's it. Well, Mei being fascinated, they heard the bell ring. Mei being disappointed about all of that because she wanted to know more about him. Soundwave listening to the bell saying we should probably go, like back to classes. Him walking back to basically class 1A. And you know what, I kind of changed a little bit of the storyline a little bit. I think I remember him saying like him applying for UA, but I'm going to say this. He will be the teacher instead of the student. Because if you really think about it, I see Soundwave more as a teacher than a student now. Because, well, yeah, he basically knows everything now. And when I mean everything about human society. Since, yeah, he's a machine. He knows everything. He's practically the world's best security guard. Like, if you put him in Five Nights at Freddy's, he would ace it immediately. In fact, I think he'll actually just fight back and destroy the Five Nights at Freddy characters. If you really think about it. He's practically a machine himself. Kind of. Anyways, back to it. Him walking to Class 1A. So Class 1A being their noisy self. You know, talking, question, stuff like that. Class 1A not noticing Soundwave. He decided just to stand there and let them wait until they finally notice him. 5 minutes pass on. Aizawa also walked in. But they also only noticed. But when they finally noticed Aizawa, they said nothing. But still didn't notice Soundwave. Them wondering who he is, and Aizawa. Them asking who he is, and also who or why he's here. Aizawa explaining he's the teacher, and him saying, "I'm disappointed that you did not respected your other teacher." Then being confused and looking at the desk area where the teacher's supposed to be, finally noticing Soundwave. Then being scared and practically asking why is he there, how long has he been there? While Soundwave practically just said 5 minutes. Them being shocked that they did not even notice him, not even once. Some being disappointed, some being kind of like, why? Why did I not notice him? And yeah. So, basically, when they finally got to their seats, Soundwave and Aizawa practically introduced themselves. Them going to the field, the track field, I think. Or the outside gym, I don't know. them doing all their tests. So Soundwave practically put security cameras both in girls and boy rooms. The reason why I say girl rooms because Soundwave is not alright. I'm gonna say this. Because he's a robot, he still has standards. But he doesn't really, yeah. Boy, I feel wrong saying all this stuff about having a camera in the girls' room. Oh boy. Anyways, only he has the access to those cameras since he's part machine. So, when he saw Mineta trying to pick on the girls, he went to the boys' locker room and practically walked up to Mineta and punched him right in the face. Then, basically, Mineta screaming out, "Why did you stop me?" Soundwave practically going on about why it's not okay, checking on the girls. Mineta doesn't even care, trying to look at it again. And Soundwave practically just, took out his gun, pointed at the wall, but not at like a death type thing. More like just enough shooting thing where it'll melt the wall just a tiny bit. Him moving his finger over the hole, and then, making it cool down so that way it'll, freeze over until it's hard as rock again, like concrete. Mineta crying out that he did not see anything of his perverted dreams. Anyways, while Soundwave was walking out, he noticed all the girls. Since, girls are some of the boys, sorry. And some of the girls as well. When they all got out, like every student, all the girls went up to Soundwave and thanked him. Soundwave saying it was no problem, he would have done the exact same thing, even them, because he did notice Jiro going to, poke his eye with her jacks. Her things, if you don't know. So yeah, them doing all the thing of Class 1A, of all that stuff. So, Soundwave, practically analyzing every single one of the students and practically, doing some research about their quirks, their weaknesses, and their strengths. And while they were all done and done the exact same thing, they went to, practically on the end of the training thing where they did all that stuff. So, practically of the, the scoring thing. I'm gonna say, who should be at first? I'm going to say, Todoroki. Because, yeah. Todoroki went up first, Bakugo second, Ida third, Momo fourth, and the rest doesn't even care about. The last is Mineta. Now, Mineta being expelled, because not only did he also try to pick on the girls, but the one that is always said about the last being expelled, he wasn't joking about that. Momo being shocked by it, she thought it was just a prank, her saying this out loud about why she thought that. Soundwave came out right behind her. Not right behind her, kind of like out of the shadow, and said about why. He was there the entire time. Sorry. As I was standing, I'm sorry. Soundwave standing next to Aizawa. Soundwave practically explaining why Mineta was expelled, about him being a pervert. And being a pervert will get you expelled. I'm just practically saying I don't want Mineta being in this what if, because I do not like Mineta. If the other what if I'm saying, if Mineta did not get expelled, I'm mostly going to use him for entertainment. That's it. I do not care about Mineta. He could die and I don't care. Because Mineta is a pervert. He does not deserve. The whole reason why he's in My Hero is just for comic relief. Basically, to being laughed at. That's it. That's all. Anyways. Soundwave practically, yeah. So, practically where all the students left, the teachers also kind of had, also, all the teachers also went back home except for Soundwave. I want to say this, UA has a night guard position as well. And since, Soundwave is practically the most perfect opportunity, Soundwave, yeah. Now, the first night was okay. Nothing to be, yeah. Anyways, the next day. Class 1A basically having their exact same thing of their teachings of the heroes versus villains now. We go on about them saying what their teacher will be. About who would be, and yeah. While Aizawa and Soundwave not saying anything about who their teacher is, they hear loud thumping. Thumping? What? I'm sorry, I always mix that up. Thumping, ground shaking, earthquake footsteps entered UA, and when they looked at the door, they say, "Booyah! I am here," entering in like a normal person. But Soundwave saying, how is that normal? Basically, all my hiding, curled up into a corner saying, why are you so mean? In that anime, the anime thing in the corner where, why are you so mean? Aizawa was just laughing at that point because he thought it was funny. And practically some of class 1A some were laughing, some were kind of stoked, Tokoyami and Shoto, but he did chuckle. Some of those two did chuckle. So all my explaining about the heroes versus villains, of what they'll be doing, and how they'll be doing it. So, it went as normal except for Deku. So, when we skip to the cafeteria type thing, Soundwave, going back to his night guard thing, since he has nothing to do, decided to go check on the monitors to see what's going on. Well, he noticed something going on in the security room. I mean, the file room, kind of. I don't know. The place where they look for files. Excuse me, him saying that there are villains, two villains. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I kind of have a little hiccup. Two villains there. One being kind of smoky, and the other one kind of crusty as well. And I think you know who they are. So, Soundwave practically rushing, alerting every hero what's going on. Some of the heroes are left to deal with the reporters, while the other heroes are following Soundwave to the file room. Them finally reaching it, they saw the portal closing. Just in the nick of time, Soundwave shots his gun through the portal. And that gun is a little security bot thing. Kind of like a mini-con. Kind of. Like something really small that's practically the size of a What can I choose? The size of, an eye. Yeah, practically the exact same, like an eye, like the exact same size of an eye. I don't know how, like a baby's eye. Like, I don't know how to describe anything. Like the exact same size of a baby's eye. Him shooting at it clinged onto Shigaraki's foot, because they saw a foot walking through a portal just closing. Soundwave shooting it at his foot at the nick of time when it closed. Them wondering who they were, while Soundwave answered them about what he did. Them being surprised and congratulating him on what he did. So, yeah. So, that's where I'm going to end it off. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope if you have any complaints, I hope you share them out, because, yes, yeah. So, if you like my videos, please subscribe, like my videos, hit the bell, and comment down below on what I should make and what I should do. I hope you have a nice day, night, evening, whoever you are, girl, boy. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
3, 2, 1.